Hey you guys, it is that time. Pick a story. So I'm going to hold up each deck to the camera and I want you to choose the deck that is resonating the most with you. So we'll go ahead and start with deck number 1. One of these decks should have your story in it. So could your story be here in deck number 1? Okay. Could your story be here in deck number 2? All right. And could your story be in deck number 3? Is your story here? All right, so I hope you guys have made your choices. We're going to go ahead and begin with deck number 1. We have the Hanged Man, the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Four of Swords, Five of Wands. We have the King of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Okay, so for somebody, I'm feeling as if maybe you feel like you found the one, or someone could be viewing you that way. Someone is having romantic feelings for another person. I feel like maybe someone too is feeling some sort of spiritual connection with another person. Someone has been daydreaming or fantasizing. There's a need for you to trust your intuition on whatever is happening, because I feel like you're getting ready to have to make some sort of decision here. So she's asking you to trust your intuition and to pay attention to your dreams too, because you could have been having some sort of premonitions about someone, some sort of offer coming in. Even if it's a job offer, this could be something that you're very passionate about. This can be you getting paid for some sort of spiritual work or something that you're passionate about. So if you are any type of work, it can be creative especially, but it can be anything that you're really desiring. And I feel like this is something this is an opportunity being presented to you. Those of you that have been wanting, like you felt like you had some sort of connection with someone spiritually, but you wanted proof, I feel like you're going to have solid proof of something. Something is materializing. If you've been in a relationship for a while, I feel like you or your partner is seriously thinking about moving forward to the next step. So whether that is engagement, moving in, marriage, having children, whatever that next step in the relationship, it's like you guys have already established a foundation. So it's time to move to the next foundation. Even if this is about meeting someone new, it's been established that there is an attraction, that there is a mutual attraction. So now the next thing to do is to talk on the phone or ask the person out, get to know one another. So I feel like that is definitely happening for new love. Established love, I'm seeing too, you guys are thinking about, even if whether you're in a relationship or if you're single, it still looks like somebody is looking to relocate. Someone is ready to move. They're like, I'm ready for something new. Or you could just be settling down in a new home and getting ready to explore your surroundings. But everything is coming off as new and exciting if you just moved. Or, you know, for when you finally do move, I just kind of feel like you're going to be excited. Even though I am getting someone who is a hermit, someone likes to stay in a house, but they like new surroundings, basically. I'm seeing some sort of changes to the home as well. So some of you could be doing some sort of rearranging. I see someone moving from a city to a suburb, maybe. I also see some sort of exploration. Someone may be exploring their sexuality differently. So it's like doing something new for the first time. Whether somebody was bi-curious, I know that's not going to be for everyone, but if someone was bi-curious, it's like kind of like relieving that fantasy, being relieved from that desire because you've explored it, because you've tried it. Or it could be as a couple, you guys are just doing something different. You know, it's just like, let's have fun. Let's do something different. We never tried it like this before. Let's do it outside. Let's do it here. You know, so it's just something new as a couple where you guys are like, let's have fun with this. You might be, what is it when you first move into a house and you want to like bless it with a consummation of the relationship. So somebody might be doing that. I guess too that either you are very intuitive or psychic, an empath, or your partner is. It could be the both of you. I feel like regardless, in regards to a love matter, you met your match. I also feel like someone is excited because they're finally getting to work from home. And they're like, oh, I'm so glad I don't have to, you know, go out into that commute anymore. I get to work all by myself, all alone, just like I like it. I'm a hermit. I'm isolated. I'm okay with it. So I'm getting someone who definitely is isolated. Now, I also see, though, someone who maybe is too isolated from time to time, finally getting out and doing something with some friends or doing something, even if it's on your own. It's like getting out the house. It's like, okay, enough hermit mode, let's go out and explore. But it's like after you go explore and go shopping or, you know, do whatever it is that you do, it's like right back home, like, okay, that was fun, I need to rest up now. So definitely could be dealing with some introvert energy here. And I see too, someone has been maybe forcing you to get outside of your comfort zone. Someone is trying to force you into doing something new. I also see some sort of frustration. Now, if those of you that have been sexually frustrated, I feel that something's getting ready to happen where you will be relieved of that. So either this has already happened recently and you're fantasizing about it, you're thinking about it, remembering how it was, or it's getting ready to happen. You spotted somebody that you feel comfortable enough to share your body with, your life with. For some of you, it could be kind of flingy with all these wands, but there's a possibility that it could also be something blossom into something more spiritual here. I also see someone maybe being invited to a birthday. So you may have been waiting and preparing for this celebration. You're like, I can't wait to go to this party, or I can't wait to go to this ceremony. It could be any type of celebratory thing, a wedding, a reception, someone's party, a baby shower, housewarming. Someone has been waiting for this to happen. They're like, I can't wait. Like, that's the one thing I've been waiting for, is this party. Now I also see it as someone being invited out, but then they're like, let me think about it. I don't really like going out that much. Okay, I'll go. You know, so they finally come out of the house, and there's a possibility, if that's the case, if you're single, that you should go to this invitation, take that person up on an invitation, or go to that event, especially if it's some sort of neighborhood event coming up, because I feel like you could meet your match there, or someone that you just find challenges you or very interesting, someone who stimulates you both physically and spiritually. Physically and spiritually. There's some sort of stimulation going on. So it's like once you get home, once you take a time out, you're going to be thinking about this person. And meditating and trying not to get too carried away thinking that, oh my God, I'm planning that wedding. Tamaj said, don't plan a wedding. Don't plan a wedding. Just enjoy the moment. Just live moment by moment. So if you have met someone new, yes, don't let your imagination get carried away. Just kind of relax and enjoy it for what it is. Just relax. Don't try to force anything to happen. Just let things fall into place naturally. Nor don't try to stop a connection from happening. Even if you feel like something's taking off kind of quickly, your natural instincts might be like, whoa, 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 this is going too fast, which is understandable. But I would say still, it's like find the balance between enjoyment, excitement, and taking a breather, Let's just say, for instance, you guys had such a wonderful time that they're like, let's meet up tomorrow. And it's just like, okay, yeah, let's meet up tomorrow. Then after that, it's just like, okay, let's meet up the day after that. At that point, maybe it's okay to just say, even if you don't have anything to do, oh, you know what I need to do, take care of this and that, but we can do it this weekend. How about that? Is that okay? So kind of try to pace it, I guess, but not overdo it. Don't try to go from not tomorrow, but all the way into next week, unless you really can't do something until next week. But don't purposely make somebody wait too long, because I feel like that's when the self-doubt starts setting into place. So just kind of go with it. Someone also might be having these thoughts, like they're trying to strategically like pace the whole situation between you and them. They're like, okay, I enjoyed myself. I don't want to come off too thirsty. I don't want to come off too excited. So let me take a breather. Let me take a time out, and then I'll reach out to them the next day. Let me play a little hard to get. So someone may also want to play hard to get just a little bit. If this is in regards to a work situation and you have like some sort of competitive people, let's say, for instance, you went looking for a new job and they interviewed with you and you really want this particular job. I feel like it's okay to be like, do you know when I'll receive an answer? Because I have an interview with XYZ company tomorrow, and I just wanted to know, just put the thought in their head. Don't come off thirsty, but yet at the same time, don't be like, fuck this job. It's another one around the corner if you don't want to call me. Don't come off. Find a balance between letting someone know, like, hey, you need to chase this if you want it. So there is a need to play a little bit hard to get, but don't overdo it. I don't see you overdoing it anyway. I feel too like if this is a love matter, you have been matched up with someone who where it's just enough amount of thrill without being boring. So too, if you study astrology, you might want to check your synastry charts and just see what the planets are doing. You might not see anything too exciting, but yet it might be a little easygoing. But you'll look for squares, because squares can, in opposition, really squares can kind of cause that this energy, that tension that keeps it interesting. So squares are usually like some sort of tension. So are opposites, but sometimes opposites can be too much tension. But squares are usually something that can be adjusted, and conjunctions. Too many trines, too many sextiles, maybe too easygoing. I haven't researched enough on my own yet when there aren't a whole lot of aspects, but there are some. I'm kind of thinking the relationship could be a wild factor in that case. So it's almost like filling in the blanks where you're not seeing aspects. So that's just like a little astrology tidbit. So let me go ahead and look at some additional information. So two, if someone had kept you holding or waiting, I feel like you're going to get a response. If some of you have been holding off on starting something new, like a diet plan or an exercise routine, I feel like finally you figured out what you want to do or where you want to work out at or what your routine is going to be. So I feel like it's a lot of thoughtful planning going on, and then things are going to start happening. If you've recently had sex with someone, I think somebody is still fantasizing about it. I keep seeing dream. So I apologize if I keep mentioning it, but I see a dream. Somebody having some sort of premonition about what's getting ready to happen in your life. There's somebody too that lives at a distance from you that you're connecting with. So I see a message being expressed, like I said, through a dream. But also it could be some sort of message received that you weren't expecting to receive, like maybe while you were sleeping. You woke up to a text message that you weren't expecting, or someone sent you a private message that you weren't expecting. But I feel like something happens in your sleep and you wake up to a surprise. You're like, this is a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting to see this message. But even if someone is saying something to you, especially if it's like a new love or someone you've been thinking about, is still a small message, something maybe just like, hi, or how are you, or I was thinking about you. But it's a really short message, but it still surprises you or catches you off guard. I also see someone who has the gift of astral travel. So someone knows how to enter into your dreams and communicate. I'm seeing someone being clever with the way they communicate with the other. They're just being slick. They're being clever. Yeah, so someone could also communicate with you through a song or through an indirect message. Someone wants you to know that they're into you or that they're attracted to you. Now, I also see someone doing some sort of candle magic. Specifically candle magic. Now, someone is also moving on from a situation. What I feel could be happening is that in regards to a love situation, if this is a new love, someone is letting go of something old for something new. Be careful for any playboys too, or make sure too that the new person you're connecting with isn't just out for for sex, because that is a possibility as well. Someone is just in it for that part. Even if it's you might be buttering somebody up and you're like, I just want to and then I'm leaving. I'm seeing someone feel like, was I used? Did I just get used? Did I get played? Because it's like you wake up in the morning and see somebody creeping out, or somebody, what's that? The walk of shame, like for women when they're caught creeping out. It's like the walk of shame. So it's like someone could wake up in the middle of the night to find the other person creeping out. And it's just like, oh my God, I feel so used. So that is a possibility. Let me also just kind of look at this Four of Swords. Now, also, there's probably a need for you to take some sort of time out, so to rest up or whatever. You might be getting ready to go on vacation from your job and you're trying to figure out where to go for relaxation. Try not to overthink it or stress about it. Some of you might just decide to stay home for your vacation. Some of you may be competing for some sort of hours at work, like, certain places where you have to put your bid in. Someone may be bidding for the same time off that you're asking for, and you need to really stand your ground. But it looks like neither party is willing to give in. I'm also seeing, like, when like in a love matter, somebody is being you two are very competitive with each other. Make sure you don't let it get too competitive, like I was saying. I'd rather see Five of Wands than Five of Swords, because I feel like sometimes with Five of Wands, at least there's something happening. Four of Swords. I feel like someone is patiently waiting for something to manifest, and it will. There are some sort of hidden changes taking place. I feel like cosmically things are being aligned in the sky. So a lot of things are dependent on these certain planetary alignments. Matter of fact, to my knowledge, there are 2 planets that are in critical degree right now, which means either 0 degrees or 29 degrees in a sign. So Venus is getting ready to exit Aries, and that's when you'll see something really manifest, because Venus also will be coming closer to Uranus, which could be some sort of sudden relationship, a relationship that just like manifests like bam. It's like, this happened quick. I'm not really seeing a breakup, although it could be a sudden, if you're already in a relationship, you might suddenly decide that you need some space or you need freedom, or your partner might decide that, or you might just feel like that way about your job. Like, I need a break, or I'm leaving out. You put your vacation in, like I said, or you call off or something. Or quit. I'm not really getting like permanent leaving energy, so I think it's more so like a break. Even if you're in that established relationship, like I said, it's like a break. I also see, be careful, because you might find out the reason why you've been so tired is because you're expecting. If you're not fertile, even if you're like, I got birth control, it's almost like the cosmos are like, we don't care about your birth control. You got a baby aligning. There's a soul aligning in the sky for you, and you guys already agreed to come to consummate, and conceive on this day, so something's happening that could be out of your control. Not for everybody, but I'm just saying, be careful if that is because your control might slip up. You think you protect it, and it's just like it didn't work. Even if it's been working for the past 2-3 years, whatever you get, shots, IUDs, like something slips up. Something the condom might break or burst. I also see someone doing something maybe wild. I don't know why I'm always having these flashback song memories. There was a Busta Rhymes songs, and he's just like, get wild for the night, night. It was just funny the way he used to say it. But it just kind of makes me feel like maybe as a couple you are doing something wild for the night, night. Even if it's just something one time. You might be checking into a hotel. Maybe you don't usually do that. Maybe someone's playing dress up. Maybe someone is pretending to be a mistress, like they're playing a role. But I do also see, if there is like a temporary separation, that somebody is going to come back into the picture, like someone's ex or someone's from their past. So say for instance, you and your boyfriend took a break. During that break, either you could run into an ex or someone who was coming off as temptation up the sea. Sometimes I see this as an ex. Or it happens to your significant other, like while you guys are on that little break. So someone may be like, oh, you guys aren't talking, and they might take it as, ooh, game on, let's see if I could sway you my way. Maybe she wasn't acting right. Maybe I could give you whatever she wasn't giving you. Or, a dude is saying the same thing. Let me see if I could sway her my way. So whatever the case, someone during a temporary breakup, someone is maybe challenged. I'm not saying that anything will actually come of it, because I really think it's just because of the transit. But something could snap out of the blue, or you could suddenly be enter a relationship. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to deck number 2. Oops. Okay. Sun in reverse. I usually don't read reversals, but that I'll interpret it. Do I have this upside down? Hold on. No, how did all of that come out reverse? Okay. 4 of Cups. 8 of Swords. King of Cups. King of Wands. The World. 10 of Cups. And 7 of Wands. Okay, so these came out reverse, but it's making me feel like someone's frown gets turned right side up. Someone had been upset or emotional. Someone is coming out of a funk. Someone is seeing something from a different perspective. The truth is also getting ready to reveal itself. Someone may be getting ready to come out with their feelings for you, or you them. Especially after a couple of sips of alcohol. I almost feel like someone isn't thinking straight, or someone is in denial of a soulmate. Someone is in denial of the person that they're connecting with. They're like, this is too good to be true. I don't believe it. Someone after communicating will go back into seclusion, or they'll go back in and retreat. I'm also seeing something in regards to secrets. Secrets are coming out. I'm going to go ahead and turn them right side up now. I'm seeing a couple of things. I see you completing a cycle, a phase, and you're getting ready to start a new journey, a new adventure. I almost feel like this is a tower moment, but in a sense, like maybe it's not as devastating as the tower, but it's like your life or your world is being flipped upside down because of this new person that came into your life, or some sort of information that came out, some sort of news that came out. You're having closure. If you were in a relationship, you may feel that this may be some sort of amicable closure, moving on, just kind of peacefully letting go. It's like you guys are sitting down together and you're having one last discussion. Someone is just like, hear me out before you decide to move on. Hear me out. And you guys are sitting down, you're not arguing, you're just talking. You may at some point feel like you're being manipulated, or like someone is saying things, or someone starts crying to make the other person stay. I don't think it's going to work. Someone has made up their mind and they're wanting to let go of a relationship for good. They're like, I enjoyed everything. They're really just trying to let you down very easily, or you're trying to let someone down very easily by talking about all the good times that you guys shared. Now, this isn't for everyone, but for some of you it is. I'm also picking up the energy of, like I said, someone maybe seeing someone from a different perspective, feeling like someone may be viewing you as the person that they want to have a family with, and they're like, oh my God, I would move across the world to be with you. Someone may decide that they feel like you are worth the fight, like you're worthy of a fight, and they want to mark their territory. So this is someone who goes out and kind of, they claim you or you them. Something's being established where, hey, I found a person that I want to have a family with, or the person that I want to settle down with. I also feel too that some of you could have been trying to protect a relationship that you were in. Like you may have felt threatened, like someone was trying to break you up, or someone was trying to take your place. And you felt threatened. So maybe you have to have a serious talk with your partner, especially if it was a situation where they're like, look, I know you and this person are friends, but I feel like you guys are too close. They've been spending too much time together, to the point where I don't feel comfortable about it. So there's something going on too where maybe someone is having to set some sort of boundaries, and because they feel like their relationship is being threatened. I'm also seeing, like I said, a long distance relationship for some of you. I also see for some of you, if not, soon, at least some, like before the year is out, there's a possibility of a relocation. It's like moving on to bigger and better things. I also feel like I said, two people had like a really good conversation. There's someone that maybe you were connecting with that you just really felt at home with, but then this person, they're very shy. They go back into hiding. If they disappear, I feel like someone is very shy. And I also feel like they are still going through some sort of emotional things. I've been mentioning this in several readings, how I don't know if it was any sign in particular, but how if there's a new person coming into your life, I feel like this new person is getting over a breakup. Someone has been coming out of a dark period, or they've been going through, some sort of situation where they're finally ready to let go and move on, especially when you connect with them, because they're going to feel at home and they're going to feel like your soulmates. I also see something that starts off as platonic that could definitely end up sexual, because this person, he or she has got a darker side, not in a negative sense. They have a naughty side, put it that way. So they may be coming off as, hey, we're friends, talking about movies, talking about all this random talk, mundane talk, and then you catch them looking at you in a way that is inappropriate for a friend. This could also be your supervisor at work. Something's going on where it's just like, I think we got a little too close. I'm seeing someone being called into the office as well, like, come and talk with me. And there's this private conversation going on. But there's something sexy about this conversation. Somebody isn't happy at home either. Somebody is unhappy. So, like, even if you are in a relationship, I almost feel like something's changing in a relationship and you're like, something's missing. I want that happiness. I feel like someone's looking at you and telling you that you're acting different or something. Going back to someone being very shy, I feel like there's someone who feels alive around you, or you them, but at the same time they're still shy. They're still suppressing their thoughts. They're still not fully invested, or they're still not comfortable enough opening up 100%. I get denial. Someone's definitely in denial. Now, also, if you're in a relationship, make sure that you are not allowing yourself to be pressured into staying if you want to move on. Especially, like I said, I felt like someone was crying earlier. You could be involved with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, maybe a Gemini. I do get two different personalities. One person, I feel, I heard the name Greg or Gregor or Gregoire. So for some of you, I feel like someone could be, I don't know, I'm getting Haitian, and I'm also getting, what do you call it? Creole. I see someone who has maybe a beard and mustache. It could be two different people. Like, one person I'm seeing like with a full beard and mustache. And then the other person I'm seeing with just like 5 o'clock shadow. I think too what could have happened is that someone recently shaved off their beard and lowered it. Maybe it was long at first or very full, and now they have trimmed it and made it much smaller and lighter. Getting ready for summer here. I also get two different body types. I'm getting someone who is more shorter, full-figured, or stocky. And then I have someone who is slender and tall. Someone who has a very fast metabolism and someone who has a slow metabolism. I also see someone who likes to drink. I see someone who likes to smoke cigars. I'm getting someone that has a strong sexual appetite, but they keep it suppressed. They only share it with who they feel comfortable sharing that with. So let me look at a couple of things here. I don't know. I just want to say like shy freak. Somebody is a shy freak. I'm sorry. I'm almost getting to like the name Shy or Cheyenne. I'm seeing, for some of you, a change in occupation. Even if you've been doing your job for a while, I'm seeing like a change in occupation. You're doing something that is creative. So it could be something artistic, like writing. I also see something that where you do a job where you inspire other people some type of way. And because now I see the sun and the moon, that definitely confirms two soulmates who will be connecting, especially if this is new, if you still have not met anyone, if you're single, I feel like your soulmate is coming through. I see someone who is facing their fears, someone who is gaining confidence, someone who had lacked confidence. They're slowly building up the confidence to ask you out or tell you how they feel. If you're already in a relationship and you feel like your partner has been going through something, you're like something is off, something isn't quite right, I feel like your partner is working up the courage to express what they have been thinking about, and it's scary because they've been confused about some things. Someone is doing something that they were afraid to do, especially in regards to maybe a work situation. It's like you always wanted to do something, but you were afraid to apply, or you were afraid that you were never going to get to do it. But now you're putting the work in. You're being very focused, especially writers. I see you very focused on developing a craft, your craft or a skill. Your imagination is running wild. You are somehow channeling your fears and these stories into your work. It was something else that I was picking up on. Someone had a lack of confidence at first. See? Your soulmate's coming in. If you don't know them from this life, you know them from a past life. But this is that familiar energy. I see someone who's also afraid of a connection that they're having for whatever reason. I also see someone who is fantasizing at work, someone who can't think straight anymore. Someone, so even if it's not in a love matter, it's like you're at work and your mind is somewhere else. Your mind has been flipped upside down. You're thinking about things, you're remembering things, something is coming back to you. You're kind of like, this is what I should have been doing all along. This is, I'm not afraid anymore. I want to do this. I want to say this. I want to be this. Maybe some of you have been afraid to travel. And now you're like, I'm gonna go ahead and travel. I see too some sort of transformation taking place with the physical body. So I don't know if some of you have been afraid to go and work out in front of other people, but you're ready to do that. Or if you were just afraid to let go of certain eating patterns or habits, and now you're like, okay, I'm ready to get focused now. Somebody's going to be in training. Sometimes maybe this, if it's not this week, sometimes though, you may be having a dream or over and over. It's going to be one of those situations where you wake up and you go back to sleep and the dream continues. It's like you're having an ongoing dream about somebody. I also see some of you connecting with someone who has been in and out of your life. Again, it doesn't have to be an ex, but someone that you are familiar with, someone that maybe you always looked at as a friend. And you were like, oh, we're good friends. It's like, you guys are more than friends now, or becoming more than friends. Maybe the two of you were afraid to explore this, but now you're exploring that together. I also see something about children. Children coming in and out of the room at night. If you are married, if you have children, your children might be getting, maybe if they're not coming in and out of your room, you could hear them getting up over and over again in the middle of the night, and you're like, what are they doing? They could just be playing around, especially if they're like much younger. But I just kind of feel like you're hearing someone get up over and over again in the middle of the night. Ooh, but this is really about career for a lot of you. Some of you are saying, I'm leaving my day job to follow or pursue a dream. Something that you've really been afraid of doing. I also see someone preparing to express how they feel. So it's coming off as some sort of confession. You may you and your soulmate may be co-workers with one another. Let me just kind of briefly look at the Eight of Swords. I'm getting an image too of someone that has an urn in their home. And I also get the image of someone who has one of those old 1980s pictures where somebody is sitting in that chair with a big back. It's like a wooden chair, or not wooden, but it's made out of straw, whatever, one of those like crate and barrel type of furniture places. But it's like back in the 80s, it was very popular to pose in one of those chairs. And I'm seeing someone looking at one of those pictures from the past. And maybe that person too is now in an urn. I see someone who likes to solve puzzles. You might have a very complex mind, or the person that you're dealing with. Someone speaks in codes. It's like, what? Like they're saying things straightforward, but then later on you realize that they were giving you a code. I'm also getting someone afraid of the dark, even if it's an adult. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's something that stems from childhood. Someone likes to sleep with the light on, even as an adult. I think someone could have had a trauma or a traumatic experience, either in childhood or in a past life, that's being carried over. I also feel that someone may be thinking about you, but they're not expressing it, and they're worried about losing you or losing your interests. I also see something going on with a follower. One of your followers could be interested in you, but they're acting aloof. Someone is feeling like they missed up on an offer. Someone is feeling like, oh, I missed the boat, or it's too late, or I should have responded, or I should have asked them out. Someone is struggling with confidence, basically. If you feel there is a mutual attraction between you and someone, and there's at least communication going back and forth, I would say not to pursue them, but to engage in as much conversation as possible with this person, because I feel like this person is very hard at coming out of their shell. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to deck number 3. We have the 8 of Wands, 8 of Coins, 3 of Cups, the Hierophant, Queen of Swords, King of Cups. He's been in everybody's reading. 3 of Swords, and a Tower. Okay, so, all right. I feel like someone has had some sort of breakthrough or some sort of aha moment. Someone definitely is going through like a breakup or a separation. I don't know why I'm thinking of someone who is like, they can be cutthroat when they need to be. So maybe because she looks so young, but I don't know. I thought about Arya Starks, for those of you that watch Game of Thrones. She is capable of wreaking havoc or really causing some sort of destruction, whether that is you or someone else, even if it's unintentional, because she's looking very innocent as something comes crumbling down. And it's like, yeah, I did it, but nobody saw me, so I'm not going to admit to it. Or, you know, someone is causing some sort of destruction here. I also feel like maybe because something was revealed, it caused a separation if you were in a relationship. if you have been single, I feel that the last breakup or the last time you got your feelings hurt was very profound. It left some sort of impact on you. Now, unfortunately, for some of you, sometimes I do see this as an ex. So there could be an ex that reaches out to you. Also, some of you could have, she could be a home wrecker or viewed as a home wrecker, but truth be told, the foundation was weak anyway, but people will want to blame her. So I don't know who is playing that role, you or somebody else. So even if it's something happening to you and you're like, oh, you know, that home wrecker, she did it. She broke up our relationship. She did that. Truthfully, something was wrong with the relationship from the jump. Something was going on. There were cracks in the foundation. She just pulled out a little thing like Jenga and the whole thing came crumbling. Even if her pulling out a little wooden stick was just saying hello to this guy, and all of a sudden he was just like blown away and suddenly felt the surge to pursue her. So maybe his desire to pursue her caused something to go crumbling apart. Everything about what you knew, just as a side note from somebody broke something up, the Tower is saying too that something, if it hasn't already happened, your whole perception is getting ready to be changed or shifted. This is like a structure of beliefs that you had security in that is now crumbling right before your eyes. Something is crumbling right before your eyes, and it's usually having something to do with your ideas. Maybe you're coming to some sort of realization about who you are, or some sort of realization about your path, or who you're connecting with. It just sends everything crumbling. Everything you thought you believed in is no more. Everything is being leveled out here, starting from ground zero. You're like embarking on some sort of completely new journey. So again, with the King of Cups, like I was saying, he came out in everybody's reading. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces also could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, maybe a Taurus, and maybe, I said Scorpio. Yeah. Someone is getting ready to express how they feel. They have probably been preparing something that they've been wanting to say, and all of a sudden this person is like sending messages, telling you how they feel. I almost feel like she's like the fairy of good news, and she's like, I have some news for you. You know, you must know this, and you must act fast, you know, make a decision. So I just kind of feel that there is a messenger coming towards you, and something all of a sudden, I also feel like something just starts taking off very, very quickly. Either a new career, job, or relationship. It's like it's just out of the blue. You could be earning your money differently. There could be a sudden windfall of money. So it's like your life is being transformed. I'm seeing like a physical transformation, a spiritual transformation. Like you're being inspired to do, to go, to fly. I feel someone is now liberated, especially since they broke down this belief system. Something is just like, what? You mean I'm free to do this or I'm free to do that? I'm out. So someone It's like they get their wings, they get their wings, or their wings are set free. It's like they're flying. So somebody is like flying. Now this could be literal, where someone is getting ready to take some sort of trip, or someone will be traveling, or you deal with someone who is a traveler. Did I just see my card move again? These cards, this is the same deck that looked like it moved by itself last time. Now I don't think my boobs was on it either. This deck finna creep me out. Okay, but maybe that was in my head. Don't go rewind it. It was probably in my head. I'm tweaking. Okay, so someone, like I was saying, may travel for a living. Like someone may be a flight attendant, a pilot, a conductor of a train, a truck driver. Someone may make an earning from traveling, is what I'm seeing. You also could, like I said, could change your career in an instant. Something's happening within an instant or within days. And then especially we got 88. And then also 8 and 3 is 11. So I don't know. I'm feeling like some of you may be seeing some sort of synchronicities where all of a sudden you are being guided to move quickly in some sort of direction here. More than one opportunity could be presented to you. I also see communication with this. Someone may be calling you while they're at work, or maybe you are calling them, or there's communication while someone is driving. Be careful not to be texting and driving, or texting and flying. Oh my God. I'm seeing too, it's like you're being very social. So somebody's behaving like a social butterfly. I almost feel like too, someone is spinning circles around somebody. Like their mouth is going 1,000 miles per minute here. You could be speed dating, or you could be, I guess, swiping on Tinder. I guess that's considered speed dating, because you just like swipe, 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 swipe. Someone also may be swiping through pictures. I'm not necessarily getting that accidental like thing, but it could be with the tower. It's like, ooh, I accidentally clicked on something. I feel like you're going to be very busy too in life general. I feel like you could be having multiple conversations. You could be having multiple jobs, like all of a sudden you have 2 or 3 jobs. Your income may be coming in from multiple places. So it's like you sell jewelry, you take calls, you do tarot, you do, so it's just like income coming in from different places. I just kind of see too, like you enjoying a conversation with somebody. Now, if you are in a relationship, yeah. If you were in a relationship, the reason for the breakup, yeah, it is kind of being confirmed by a third party situation, some sort of betrayal. You can be talking to anyone that looks any type of way, but I am getting someone who is either fair skinned or who has light eyes coming towards you. I'm seeing something too in regards to having to do some sort of research about siblings, or research about dating before you do it. Or maybe now that you're dating, you're kind of looking at your synastry charts. I'm seeing someone who's coming off like the keeper of secrets. I also see like a reservation. Someone making dinner reservations. You might be going out on a dinner date. It could be a group date, or it could be just someone setting you up. So someone who is setting you up on a date, someone who's kind of taking care of everything. They're going between you and this person. They're like, I'll talk to them for you. So someone is like going back and forth, which is kind of crazy for adults, but that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Somebody is playing messenger. Somebody is playing like Cupid. Especially if you got one of those friends who is like, I don't care, you know, like, give me your phone or give me such and such. I'm about to tell them everything. I'm about to write this message, and you and this person, y'all gonna go out because I'm not gonna tolerate this. So I feel like you have like kind of a sassy type friend that is just taking control of the situation. I'm seeing some sort of secrets come out in regards to your family that changes your entire perspective too. It could be a situation too where you find out that your mother and father were distant relatives or cousins or something. Well, more so like cousins. It's like, oh, well, yeah, we were third cousins, or we were, what is that? Second cousins twice removed, whatever that foolishness is. But I am getting something like someone finding out like a revealing family secret, like it's something is on record. It's like, yeah, then you know it's on record. They have to keep record of something like that. So someone is finding out something in regards to family records. And no, I'm not thinking about Game of Thrones. I did just think about it as I was saying that, but no, it's not because of Game of Thrones. But I do feel like someone is finding out something in regards to something that had been recorded. Someone also may be going through paperwork, like especially if you're starting that new job or that new career, like you're getting hired. It's like you might get several job offers, especially if you send out several resumes. It's like an offer comes in from each place, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that I was going to get a call from all the places. Or if it's a situation where you took a chance and you put yourself out there with several people, you're like, I'm going to, send a message to him, her, whatever. And all of a sudden, all the people that you sent a message to all hit you back. And it was just like, oh, shit, I didn't know that everybody was going to take me up on my offer. So it could be that there are multiple offers and you're having an opportunity to choose. And you're going out, you're enjoying time with some people, getting to know, having some sort of intellectual conversations. That's pretty much it. I will kind of tap into the Hierophant a little bit. I also get you connecting with someone who may be a traditionalist, but they're being forced to break their tradition, or you are. If you're the traditionalist, somebody is like used to a certain routine or a certain type of person, or you have certain standards with the type of person that you go out with, and you might be going against those standards. Like I said, it could be one of those weird situations where you're dating your ex's friend or relative. Like, my ex's sister asked me out, or my ex's brother asked me out. And you were like, no, I'm so loyal. Like, I wouldn't do that. That's, I see someone breaking girl code. Or do guys have a code? Somebody's breaking a code. I also see someone breaking their silence. Someone may also be posting something up on social media. You also could be connecting with someone who is has a different traditional beliefs. Someone is going to reveal that they miss you or have been thinking about you, or that they've been going through a breakup. You're going to learn why someone has been sad or distant, or you're going to learn that someone went through a breakup and you weren't expecting it, especially if it was some sort of couple that you had a lot of respect for. Somebody is confessing how they feel about you. And see, someone has been doing some sort of research before they move forward. It even could be a situation where you had already started talking to someone and getting comfortable with them, and you were like, man, I really like this person. I could see myself with this person. And then you show their picture to somebody and they're like, that's, your friend's ex, or that's this person. That's somebody that you're not supposed to be with. That person is that person's only 18. It's something where someone is going against the law. Even, again, going religiously. Like if you come from a very religious background and, it's just like, that person's Hindu. Like, we're Muslim. What are you doing with someone who's Hindu? And that could be like a big deal, because this is someone who usually obeys the law. Somebody's going to be justifying why they're going against the law. Now, you also could work in law. You might be a lawmaker, so some sort of politician, or maybe you work for a politician. Yeah, but like I was saying, if you find out that you're talking to someone who is against your beliefs, you might be sad or disappointed at first. Or maybe it's happening to them. They find out something about you, but they're going for it anyway. They're like, I feel like this person is my soulmate. Seeing a tower is coming out again. Someone's going to hold on to some sort of secret. So it's like, let's say when you guys are, if this is a love situation, you might try and keep it a secret for a while. If it's a new job, maybe you don't want to tell your family about it. Maybe you don't want to tell your family that you dropped out of college. But I see something kind of being a secret too. All right, so I hope that resonated with you guys. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and many blessings to you.